Dear love interest, I apologize for the coded nature of this message. The amount of work you must have done to transcribe this letter into what you are currently reading is laudable, and for this I laud you. You are a beekeeper, an avalanche, and it has recently become really important for me to tell you something you already know or could easily have guessed. I want to tell you something about bees. I want to tell you something about how when I was 10, my class went on a field trip to a factory where we learned about how jobs were made from processing rain clouds and from separating their silver skin and pushing their gray parts into pockets we don't have to live in yet. And how my teacher started crying because she was pregnant, and then we had to leave early and eat our lunches on the bus. Love interest, maybe you remember, because I think you were on that bus too. Because I remember how you gave me your yogurt and pressed it to my leg and said, "Look how it's still cold." And we threw away our brown sacks, but you kept your spoon. And you made it pretend to work at the factory and made it pretend to be so happy with its salary and benefits and short commute. And it stood on my arm and led a union meeting there. And you said, "I think it likes you." Maybe you don't remember, but the roof of the bus came off then, and we laid down in the aisle and watched the clouds going into the factory. Love interest, did we even go home that day? Because I remember us pointing out the shapes of the clouds and what they were doing. And I wonder if that stopped, or if maybe you were just describing to me a me-shaped cloud that is writing this to a cloud shaped like love interest. Where do you keep your bees? Last time I saw you, I went looking for them, and all I found was old tires that had been chopped up and put into hives and told to act busy. They were remarkably sculpted and trained, but the smell gave it away. I hope you don't think I'm trying to call you out on anything. Just tell me if my old smeller is broken. And if not, could you tell me how we got here, and what our first names are, and what our legs would look like if we were two dogs alone in the woods together, and would we be kissing then, and how would the kissing work? Would it just be mutual licking? And if later we came across a body without a ghost in it, would we try and tell its mother, or would we get scared where the ghost is, or just scared because we couldn't make out any of the words in our tattoos anymore, and aren't sure if our minds are going, or if they changed somehow while we were sleeping, though we really don't sleep anymore, do we? Write me another letter in a code so deep I can put it in my mouth and never really know what it means for sure. And that'll have to do. That'll be best for you and for me and the bees, wherever it is they and their ghosts have run off to these days. I'm carving a picture of you with a dragon on a mirror in a Starbucks bathroom. I hope you get it, and I hope it finds you well. Love always, redacted.